Now, more compelling talk radio 1320 WILS is live in Lansing with the Michigan Association of Broadcasters Excellence Award winner for Best Personality. This is the Capital City Recap with Michael Cohen.
Tuesday night, and winter is not over yet. We're going to be getting up to 6 inches of snow starting this evening. We will be joined by Andy Provenzano from WILX Channel 10 later in the hour to talk about what we're in for and when it's all really going to be over. Michael Cohen, producer Mike Peterson with me here. Let's get right into it this evening. The chairwoman of the Senate Intelligence Committee today calling out the CIA, accusing them of spying on her own committee. It's something that she says she will not take lightly. We're now joined by Dr. Joseph Fitsanakis. He's an assistant professor of political science at King University, also runs the Institute for Security and Intelligence Studies there. Dr. Fitsanakis, thank you for joining us this evening.
It's great to be for you, Mike.
Now you're down there in Tennessee at King University. You're also associated with intelnews.org. Are you the founder then of that website?
Yes, I'm a co-founder.
A co-founder of the site. And you guys have some good weather down there in Tennessee tonight?
Oh, for the first time in a long time, it's great.
For the first time in a long time, really? You've had a bad winter down there?
Oh, yeah. Snow. It was just, I'm trying to forget it. Let's put it this way.
You've never had 6 inches of snow, though, have you?
We had about 4, and that was way too much for us.
Well, we're going to beat you tonight, so how about that? So let's talk about what happened here. How big of a deal is this that the CIA may have spied on the Senate Intelligence Committee?
I think the actual accusation itself is not really a big deal. You know, there's a lot of history between the Senate Permanent Intelligence Committee and the Central Intelligence Agency. What's different in this particular case is that these accusations are being leveled publicly. This is not historically the case.
Now, why do you think Senator Feinstein decided to do that?
It's interesting. Feinstein, who is the director, he's the chair of the committee, had not said anything about these accusations in the past. CIA Director John Brennan hadn't spoken about it yet either. The two of them met recently to discuss this controversy. And Feinstein said that at the meeting, she actually requested that Brennan give her an apology on behalf of the agency and perhaps an acknowledgement that the search was, let's say, inappropriate, and she received neither an apology or an acknowledgement. And that's, I think, why she decided to come out publicly.
Oh, so the meeting got ugly, you're saying, is that it?
Oh, I think that's probably an understatement.
Uh-huh. Any sense of what occurred between the two of them? I mean, was there yelling, or how did it go down?
It didn't start off very well. I think Senator Feinstein, if you go back, say, a year to 2 years ago, there's been a lot of mutual suspicion between the Senate Intelligence Committee and the CIA itself. Let me remind you, the enhanced interrogations controversy back in 2009, the issue of drone warfare, Snowden has also come to the radar. So I think there's a lot of issues that kind of came to the forefront in the last. So
tell me though, who do you think really is in the wrong here? Is it Senator Feinstein? Is she going too far in attacking the CIA, or is the CIA crossing the line?
The Intelligence Committee basically said that the enhanced interrogation program of the Central Intelligence Agency is not as successful as the CIA says it is. And so the committee demanded to investigate the degree to which the program was actually successful. Mm-hmm. The CIA then, what they did was, instead of actually taking documents to the committee in Congress, they instead requested the staffers who work for committee members to actually go to a designated CIA facility in somewhere in Northern Virginia and access the documents there. The committee was actually upset about this. And the staffers eventually, what it looks like happened was they felt they were not being shown documents that could have made a difference to the investigation. So it looks like the staffers may have just taken them.
Right, and in fact, the CIA is now saying that they want to actually investigate what was taken from there. They feel some documents should not have been accessed. Is that right?
The CIA is saying that the documents that were accessed were beyond the scope of the investigation and were protected under executive privilege. In fact, the CIA, what they actually did, they have now requested that the FBI start an investigation on this.
Okay, now, if Feinstein says this is an intimidation tactic, do you agree with her, or did her staffers make a mistake?
It's unlikely that the staffers would have intentionally stolen classified documents. I mean, that would imply a prison sentence. They may have exercised bad judgment or failed to exercise any judgment issue, but that's hardly, I think, merits an FBI investigation.
So tell me this: what is this all about? I mean, they're looking at the detention program, right? Why is there so much anger and heat over this?
I really don't think that's the issue at all. The issue is basically a contest of will, if you would, between the CIA and the Senate. The Senate Intelligence Committee has been for a long time, at least since 2008, been complaining that the CIA does not share with them enough information about their programs. The CIA say that they don't want to do this because they're trying to protect national security from leaks. They don't trust Congress people to keep secrets. The president had to step in 2009 when the Senate Intelligence Committee basically threatened to veto several bills because of this. And so every time the Senate committee gets a chance to impose its will on the CIA, it tries to do so. And it looks like the CIA is now fighting back.
So you think really it's the committee that's bullying the CIA in this case, that the CIA is simply trying to protect national secrets?
I wouldn't call it bullying. I mean, look, think of this. Most senators who are in the committee remember Watergate. Remember what happened back in the 70s when several investigations by Congress revealed that there were a lot of domestic intelligence programs that were actually unlawful. And that's the reason why we have intelligence committees, is to monitor, to allow the legislative branch to monitor the intelligence community. Mm-hmm. And so they have really bad memories of this, and they don't want to allow America to slip back to that kind of era. On the other hand, I think the CIA is also correct to say that very often, in fact too often, many members of Congress have been sharing intelligence information with the media. So I think I can see how both sides will be upset with each other.
What is the larger significance of what's happening here? Do you see this expanding beyond just this focus on the program, the detention program?
Oh, I think this is really significant. Feinstein said today that she is effectively questioning the impartiality of the Central Intelligence Agency. This could have serious constitutional implications that one could argue go to the heart of the separation of powers in the United States. We have this system.
So who's going to make the decision then ultimately about who's right or wrong in here?
Well, as I mentioned, the FBI is already investigating this. The Inspector General of the CIA, David Buckley, is currently conducting an investigation into the allegations. I think eventually I would not be surprised if the president stepped in.
Really? And what would he be able to do?
Basically, tell both sides to calm down and try to be a little more civil with each other. The president did step in 3 or 4 years ago. The controversy was at the time the drone warfare. The CIA and the Office of the Director of National Intelligence is competing about who's going to be in charge of this. The president actually did step in and took the side of the Central Intelligence Agency. I would not be surprised if something like this would happen again.
Dr. Joseph Fitsanakis, a professor at King University, also the director of the Institute for Security and Intelligence Studies there. Find him online at intelnews.org. Dr. Fitsanakis, thank you so much.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.